Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Advanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to be talking about that damn Rich Paul. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. You know, I got to say, Rich Paul is turning into something that I can't even believe. Now, I don't know Rich Paul. A lot of guys in the NBA circles know him. They've known him for years. If this is what Son has been like, bro, this dude is mad annoying, bro. Son is mad annoying. Yesterday, there was a video I was watching from All Ball TV where Rich Paul was talking about he was calling out plays and coverages to LeBron James during a live game. LeBron James is going over to Rich Paul to hear his insights in an NBA game. What are we talking about right now, bro? What are we talking about? But ever since Rich Paul came on the scene with his podcast, Son has been nothing but hating. Like, it's insane. And his number one target has been Michael Jordan. That's been his number one target. And people have been flaming him up all over the internet for his absolutely insane Jordan takes. Just yesterday, we did a show of him talking about how the crack epidemic helped propel Jordan brand. It's like, yo, bro, what are you on right now, bro? What are you on? And he's talking about how Jordan, his meteoric rise in terms of marketing, like as if he's the one that did it. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about here? It's like, what are you talking? If we want to hear someone distill down Michael Jordan's career, we'll get David Falk. We don't need to hear from you about this, but nevertheless, he did that. And one of the things I've always said about LeBron fans is this. They have this proclivity and this habit to always bring down other NBA players to uplift LeBron James. I'll give you an example of Kobe guys referring to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. I think Kobe's right there. LeBron fans versus Michael Jordan. Jordan was a bum. Jordan played against plumbers. LeBron is the GOAT. That's the fundamental difference. And all they do is trash all of his teammates and other great players in their conquest or in their quest to have LeBron be viewed as the greatest player of all time. That's their number one style. And if it means they come up with lame ass movements like we done with the 90s, they'll do it. But after listening to Rich Paul's most recent comments, I'm realizing that this is what these dudes actually do. Like, it's coming from the top. LeBron is part of it. That's for sure. But so is Rich Paul. And I got to say, Son sounds like so much of a weasel when he says these things. I'm just keeping it a bean with you. You coming into the media space, we're reacting to what you're saying. Son, it just sounds so weaselly. Where are all of these other agents of players coming out talking about other players? You're the only one. So I came across an article here this morning from Fadeaway World where Rich Paul took an absolute dump on Karl Malone, all in an attempt to uplift LeBron James. So this is the sound that we want to focus on. But before we even get into what Rich Paul had to say, our video is brought to you by sponsor PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds. And I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. All right. So what we want to do is I want you guys to brace yourselves to this. I want you guys to listen to Rich Paul trashing Karl Malone and his career. And then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Rich Paul here.
Jaded, to be honest with you. I'm a little jaded.
You're jaded? Why?
Yeah, because
windmill dunks and stuff.
I made a comment before. I said that obviously the ceiling is who he is or who he has been for his career, but the floor was Karl Malone. Like if LeBron just decided to set screens, pop, if you set like last night, right?
Pick and pop, pick and roll.
But remember I said they're gonna have to, if DeAndre Ayton sets a screen, they're gonna blitz Luka and make DeAndre Ayton make a decision.
Right.
If LeBron sets a screen, you pretty much have to switch it.
You're on one of the greatest decision makers who ever lived.
Because if you blitz him, now he's short rolling as a decision maker, and so
impossible.
So now.
And by the way, now if Austin Reeves is healthy, I always think they should move Austin Reeves. But when you put it like that, if Luka and LeBron are in the pick and roll, and Austin Reeves is on the floor, you're going to score.
But here's the thing. People say they should move Austin Reeves, and again, I want to make sure people understand. Most people say they should move Austin Reeves because they think that it's a little crowded, right?
Yeah.
Then there's another case of,
contract, you're going to have to pay him.
Right. And
the defense, given how LeBron at his age and Luka don't play defense, Austin Reeves is a willing defender, but not a talented defender. And so now your three best players, you need a lot of defense.
So there's
the money.
There's no doubt Austin Reeves has to be paid.
Right.
I don't know how much. A lot.
He's going to be paid a lot.
A lot, right? So if you can maintain that while still being able to build is one thing. If you get hamstrung by it and your money is tied up in those two guys, it's another thing. But yeah, to your point, in terms of just from a basketball premise perspective, yes, if you now have Rui or Austin and LeBron spraying and whomever it is in the dunker spot, that's more of from a lob perspective, you're actually pretty good if those guys can make shots.
So why wouldn't, I totally agree. If LeBron is Karl Malone, he can play several more years. Why not?
Well, listen. I know
and it's less for him to do, and so because of that, he can also play a little more defense.
Everyone's like, do the farewell and it's last year, this and that. Like, I don't know what it is, but I hope it's not his last year.
The fact that you're talking about this on Game Over now.
I hope it's not his last year.
I don't talk to him about it. You have not discussed this with LeBron?
No.
You never went to LeBron and said, why don't you be Karl Malone?
Oh, yes. No.
And what's he say to that?
Not be Karl Malone. No, what you mean? We talked. I just told you that the other night. That's what we were talking about. I liked him.
No, but that's for this game. And then he made comments.
That was for the Memphis game.
By the way, okay, all right. This opens up a whole can of worms.
Excellent. So you heard what Rich had to say. What are my thoughts about this? I think, this is nasty work, bro. This is nasty work. Bro, son, you looking like a grease ball doing this. You're looking like a grease ball. Like, I gotta keep it I gotta keep it a bean with you. Like, you looking like a sleaze bag out here, man. It's not cute what you're doing. And I think that if you continue like this for the next few months, you're gonna put yourself in a box where people are gonna view you as just an unadulterated hater. You're already, you see, Rich and these guys are new to sports media in terms of them stepping in front of the camera. And what they don't realize is, as time goes on, based on the things you say, people begin to paint a profile of you. And now you're looking like a hating ass LeBron zealot. This is why Fat Joe said, I get it. That's where your bread is buttered. Son, I don't understand this, bro. I don't understand what kind of twerking this is. It's almost like as if LeBron walked in, here, Rich, take a jar. All right, twerk for me. Dance. It's like it's unbelievable. Now, let's get to the Karl Malone comments. Do you know how many games Karl Malone was playing? in the latter stages of his career after he got hurt from the Lakers. 81, 80, 81, 82, 81, 82, 82, 82. In his advanced years, Karl Malone was playing games. He wasn't load managing, Rich. He wasn't. Number one. Number two, you told a lie, bro. The era in which Karl Malone was playing, the early 2000s, if you go back and look at his numbers, in the early 2000s, you're talking about the lowest scoring era, the slowest era in NBA history, where teams were averaging like 95 points a game. Who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? Like, Rich Paul talks like as if he's the only one that's ever watched basketball or knows anything about basketball. Who are you fooling, bro? We all know this. So Karl Malone, or rather, LeBron's numbers in this era are inflated. Malone was playing more games in a more physical, slower era. What was he averaging those years? 2002, 2003, in 81 games played, 21.6 points per game, 4.7 assists, which was a career high, 7.8 rebounds, 46% from the field. The year before, 2001, 2002, 22 points, 1.9 steals, 4.3 assists, 8.6 rebounds, 80% free throw shooting, 45% from the field. The year before that, 2000, 23 points a game, 8.3 rebounds, 4 point. Bro, if you put those numbers in today's game, he's averaging more points than your man LeBron James, bro. And he's playing all the games. So for you to disrespect Karl Malone like that, it shows me you don't know as much about basketball as you think you do. Or you're being disingenuous and you're misinforming your audience, where you have the information and you're choosing to omit it to paint some type of picture. If you knew that that's the slowest era in basketball, why would you now be talking about, oh, his floor is Karl Malone? Knock it the off, bro. Y'all be lying and capping and hating too much. What are you talking about? We all saw it. I'm sorry, we all saw it. Somebody got to call this dude out on his clown. We all saw it, bro. What were teams averaging then, Rich? What are teams averaging now? How many threes were teams taking then? How many possessions were like, come on, knock it the off. Knock it off, man. You hate too much. And it's like stupid hate. He's hating like as if he's the only one that was there. And you're doing all of this in an attempt to uplift LeBron. So you just trash one player after the other. That's all y'all do. That's all y'all do. But then want to run around and talk about you're the victim. What other agent is doing this suck you doing, bro? Who's the other agent? Just going around taking dumps on every players from the past just to uplift their client. Who's doing this but you? It's a disgrace, and I think it's disgusting, and I think it's foul, and I think you need, like, your podcast is turning into doo-doo. I'm sorry, like, enough is enough with this hating. If you want to big up LeBron, big him up. Why all of your bigging up got to do with trashing other great players? And Rich is there talking like basketball. Son, you ain't coached no NBA team before. What team you coached? Everything that you're saying, we all understood. If you double LeBron, and we all know this. Oh my God, bro. Like, these dudes, man, all they do is hate. Jeez, my Lord.